Well, hey, here we are, guys, back on the flip side. Welcome to another edition. We got a great show for you tonight. And, of course, with me is my lovely co-host, Crafty. How are you, dear?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I am very excited to be here. I love this show. I love everything about it. And we have one of my favorite people in the chat that we've dragged
That's
on,
right.
and we're going to put through hell.
Absolutely. It's me, Mario Rui. How are you
Whoop,
doing,
whoop.
sir?
Good morning. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. Well, we're glad you could join us.
And
Yeah.
welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
You're fucked now. You're fucked now. You're part of that crowd. You've been dragged
That's it.
onto the stream.
I believe I already been in worse places than this. This is not hell.
Well, first off, I did ask before we went on air, and you did say that it was okay to ask. Because everybody in the chat does have this one question when your name comes up. And that is, do you have a brother called Luigi?
I have a brother, and his name is not Luigi.
Oh,
Ah,
that is like heartbreaking. That's
His
borderline
name is
heartbreaking.
José. A very
José.
Portuguese name. Like my father, yeah.
Nice.
great.
Tusk is showing off. He's oppressing me. The fact that I can't speak another language. He's saying hello.
Just to answer Tusk. Bom dia, Tusk. Tudo bem, sim, obrigado.
I have no
There,
idea
you've
what
been
that
told.
He understands.
I feel oppressed now. I feel as oppressed as Team Skeptic trying to whistle. Like, I'm joking.
I can whistle. Barely.
Go on, give us a whistle. What do you mean
That's
barely?
not too
That's a
bad.
good one.
That's a good whistle.
For my lung capacity, it's not bad.
That's good whistle. Good whistle.
I can whistle in like 4 different ways, but I'm not going to do it because Team Skeptic will haunt me.
Yeah, and I don't want to have a herd of goats come rushing in
He
the
will
place.
haunt you anyway, so might as well give it a try.
So, clear. First question. And yes, we will be asking you questions. You can be asking us questions. But
Okay.
how did you get involved in this whole community aspect? Like what brought you into flat Earth stupidity?
Flat Earth stupidity. I started by watching a thing completely different, but it was what dragged me to this. It was shows by ACA, the Atheist Community of Austin, like Atheist Experience and Talk Ethan. And then, as many of us, a video of Simon Dan appeared. I think it was The Marble or...
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was rough. And when I saw that, I said, I have to see everything from the beginning. And then the first one, I think it's with The Marble. So I binge watch Simon Dan until I came across Conspiracy Cats, and I binge watch Conspiracy Cats, and I binge watch Creaky Blinder, and
It's funny how
Skeptic,
everybody has
all of them.
Yeah.
It's funny how everybody has the same progression. They all start with Simon Dan, they bounce to Cats, and then over to Creaky.
Yeah.
I had the same thing.
Gateway.
Basic Trig says Simon Dan is the gateway drug.
Yeah.
See, everyone has the same experience except for fucking me. For me, it was Conspiracy Cats first.
Yeah.
I found Conspiracy Cats. I can't even remember how. I know I was looking up Flat Earth and stuff like that, and I think I came. No, do you know what it was? I came across Riley, and Riley was answering Conspiracy Cats, and from there, yeah. So I think it was the egg experiment thing, and he was answering Conspiracy Cats, and so that's how I got to know Conspiracy Cats. And from there, I learned who Dan was. And I think he was doing something with Team Skeptic at some point. So I was like, ooh. So I came across Team Skeptic before I came across FTFE, which for most people, it's the other way around. And I came across cats before any of them.
I think
Really?
I came across Team Skeptic first, yeah, and FTFE afterwards. Because unlike most of the people in this community, I really hate dumpster fires. I don't
Yes.
watch debates because I don't like people shouting. I don't like people screaming, and I don't want to see a debate about a thing that it's for me undebatable. So
Yeah.
For
I
most of us.
don't watch debates, especially flat earth debates, of course.
There's no debate.
I watch
There's
other
no debate.
debates, and that's no debate there, of course.
Just call me Abby says Creaky Blinder for me. He lives in South Wales. I live in North. Interesting. Yeah, imagine finding Riley first. Because so when I was looking it up, it was because there was a flare in my house. Like he was actually in my house at the time. An anti-vaxxer and all of the conspiracies. He was fucking the Sandy Hook thing really got me. I was really pissed off that he believed that Sandy Hook was staged. And thank fuck I managed to get that. If nothing else, I got that out of his head. I got that out of his system. And yeah, so for me, I was looking up. I was like, this can't be fucking real. He has to be like bullshitting me. And I came across Riley. Came across Riley's egg experiment, and from that, conspiracy cats.
This is an egg. Wow.
This is an egg. This is some salt. I'm going to pour salt in without measuring it. And that's
I
going
don't
to...
know what this is.
Yeah. It's going to disprove gravity. Fuck off. Oh, it was funny.
He's a card, that guy.
Well, I remember actually seeing the egg experiment, and I brought down my laptop. I put it on full screen, and he was explaining it, and I showed it to the lad that was in my house. I was like, seriously? You support that? You kidding me? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
they just don't get it.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not, but it is for them, obviously.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things that I like doing is to explain how and why people are able to be duped, because that for me was fascinating to see this lad who genuinely was not a poet. I thought he was. But he was absolutely convinced in his heart of hearts that this was true, and I was like, "Gah." You know?
What happened to you, boy?
I know, right? Well, I know what happened, but like for fuck's sake, it's crazy to think that there are people out there who buy this hook, line, and sinker. So,
Yeah.
So you don't
Actually, go ahead, Craig.
like debates. You don't like debate. Well, sorry, you don't like dumpster fires.
Yeah, I don't like them.
You don't like dumpster fires.
Debates. I like debates. I like good debates. But flat Earth is not a debate.
What's the kind of the debates? Well, neither is young Earth creationism. In fairness,
Young Earth creationism is not a debate. But when it's not,
but it's not a dumpster fire. It's not.
When it's not a dumpster fire, I will watch. If it turns to be a dumpster fire, even other debates, if it turns to be a dumpster fire, I'll jump out.
So you're a fan of Darth Dawkins, then, are you?
Not
No.
really.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Darth Dawkins is fucking batshit crazy, and he is the ultimate dumpster fire when it comes to Christianity crap.
I'm a fan of his great friend JL, but I'm not a fan of Darth Dawkins.
Understand. So in the atheist community, then, who else would you watch?
Besides the regulars, Marty Lahanty and Tracy and Uh, I came across another ones like Seth Andrews. I like Seth Andrews.
He's
Yeah,
good.
he's
Ardra,
good.
of course.
Yeah.
Seth Andrews is great. He has a very
For
calm
me,
way to explain things and a very soothing voice.
yeah. Well, he
That
was in radio.
that radio
Seth
voice,
Andrews.
yeah,
Yeah,
he did radio, Christian radio. So
yeah.
he's on the other
I
side
think
of the
he's.
barricade now.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a regular podcast. Beautiful voice. Give
Yeah,
anything to have a voice like that. But for me,
absolutely.
when it comes to that community, nobody ever will touch Christopher Hitchens.
Of course,
Yeah. Well, I
absolutely.
mean,
Nobody will ever touch
in
Christopher
terms of
Hitchens.
in terms of our level though, for
Mm,
me, nobody will touch a genetically modified skeptic.
Skeptic, exactly.
mm,
I like
The
it.
way in which he puts forward his ideas. Now, I'm not with him on the whole veganism thing. No,
Yeah,
and just no. But the way in which he explains himself, he never raises his voice. He never has to because he believes in what he's saying.
mhm.
And it's very empowering to hear someone who used to be a devout Christian, and I mean
Yeah.
devout, being able to say, look, this whole conversation has become toxic and it doesn't need to be. So here's my advice. If you want to ask these questions, this is how you ask them. And it's incredible. He does
Mhm.
it very, very well. Math Pig as well. I watch Math Pig a lot.
Yeah.
And I know he's in the chat, but I do. I've been watching Math Pig before I actually spoke to Math Pig, because the way in which he conducts his debates, it's a discussion. It's not a debate. It's I want to understand why you think the way you do.
Yeah.
And it's not about attacking. It's not about making people feel ashamed of how they feel. It's incredible. And Apologia, yeah, Taddy, Apologia is pretty fucking good as well.
Yeah. I gotta say
yeah,
though, recently I've been doing a lot of listening to J.L. Warren, and I kind of like his style. He's very
no,
well spoken.
absolutely. I believe, as Irish Stephen used to say, that JL is up there with them,
Yeah.
and I believe so.
The
JL
only thing
is
the only thing
definitely-
that holds JL back is his belief in ghosts. But other than that, he's great.
yeah, yeah.
But the only thing
he has to polish that.
with JL is he does get very impassioned at times,
does.
and he's not able to control that passion. And I do it as well sometimes. But
Yeah.
when you're talking to someone, for me, when I'm in a debate, and I've been debating for fucking 14 years, when I'm in a debate with someone, it is never, ever, ever about who I'm debating. Yes, you're listening to who you're debating, but it's never about who you're debating. It is about who might be listening.
Yeah.
I say it all the time, but if you can't get what you think over to ordinary people, then you've lost the debate.
Hmm.
No matter how good your arguments are, if you can't actually explain your beliefs, instead of just attacking the other person's beliefs, if you can't explain your beliefs, and JL is great at explaining his beliefs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But it does run away with him sometimes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's got a hair trigger, but he does have a relatively light one.
Yes.
yeah. He has a beard trigger.
Hmm.
Right. I want to. This is a very, very, very good question. This is a very good question. Isn't the debate supposed to end with a resolution, though? No, it's not. A debate, a formal debate, because again, like my background is in formal debating. A debate is supposed to be about opposing sides putting forward arguments for those opposing sides. It doesn't. It's not about you or telling people what to believe. And formal debating is about how well, regardless of how you personally feel about the subject, it is about analyzing how well someone put forward those arguments. So for me, when I'm debating, I pick three things that I want to explain to people. You tell them out straight, these are the three things that I want to get across, why it's important, and then you reiterate why you won the debate. That's how you do a debate. But that's formal debating. And I get YouTube is not formal debating. Debating is not about simply finding a resolution. It is about accepting that there are different understandings when it comes to the same issue, and that nobody has to be wrong just because you disagree. If there's a resolution from it, then brilliant. But it doesn't have to end in a resolution, except for people accepting that you're never going to agree on everything.
Yeah.
True enough. True enough.
Doesn't have to be a winner. You don't have to convince the other person to change sides. It just wins the debate the one who presents his arguments better.
And already I'm getting slagged in the chat for how I say tree.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
But even when it comes to debates, what's remarkable is that people don't seem to understand, especially the younger creationists and the ultra Christians. They will always try to drag you down into a situation that is on their terms, that is suitable for them when arguing. And you'll always see in debates, they'll be like, well, can we accept that this is true just for the purposes of debate? No, you have to tell me why I should accept this is true. That's the whole point of this debate. I'm not just going to accept that it's true. You have to actually explain to me why it's true. And too many times, a lot of debaters, and this is why I get bored of the debates, is because they capitulate to that.
Yeah. I don't like that part.
Yeah. So when a debate is just sharing opinions, ideas, and concepts, is that something else?
Yeah,
thanks, Francis.
You can't really call that a debate, though. That's more of a discussion.
Yeah, I mean, it's the formality of it. It's one person saying their piece, another person saying their piece, and then the first person or the second person, if it's a 4-person, 6-person debate, will attack or rebut what the second person said, and then the fourth person will rebut what the first person and the second person said. So it's the formal aspect, and you don't need a moderator, by the way. I've been in debates where you haven't had a moderator. You've had judges, but you haven't had a moderator. So if you go off, and this is one of the things that I was always told about debates when I was first learning how to do them, always answer the question. Don't answer what you think the question is, answer the question and learn what the question is. You have to be able to listen. And too often when it comes to, I don't know about you, Mario, but I feel that too often when it comes to the debates on YouTube or informal debates, it's all about how they perceive the question is, instead of actually answering the direct question directly about how they feel. And mainly because when it comes to flat Earth, and when it comes to, well, maybe not flat Earth, but when it comes to the Christian community, they don't really know what they believe. They know what they've read, but they don't know what they believe.
Yeah, I found that a lot on political debates.
Yes.
Politics are going to a debate just with the answers ready for their questions, not for the questions that are presented to them.
Yeah, they're not listening. They're just waiting for the other person to stop talking so they can talk.
Absolutely.
And that doesn't help anyone.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
moving on from debates. Mario has a fish tank. Screw you, Irish demon. Mario has it better. Mario, what have you got in your fish tank?
I have cichlids from Lake Malawi in Africa.
Nice.
And they are breeding, so they like the environment, which is a great thing.
That is pretty cool. Jess, fuck off.
Yeah.
No, Jess.
Oh no.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's for later.
Nice so far. She's been nice
later.
So far.
We won't get that out just yet. Yeah, so everyone is still talking about debates. Speaking of, Mario, did you happen to see the discussion on Conspiracy Cat's channel recently? Yesterday?
Yesterday afternoon?
Yes.
Yes, I was on the chat, yes.
Yeah. What did you think about that?
I wasn't expecting to hear the words, "the world is a globe."
Not from Ranty, anyway.
No.
Yeah, from Ranty. I wasn't expecting him to say it, being proud, let's say proud. But I'm glad that he did it. And I hope he move forward and leave Flat Earth behind.
I think he will.
I
I
mean,
think he's
I-
had enough of
He
being beaten.
seems a nice guy. Even when he was a flat earther, full flat earther with channel and that, he always present arguments for his side. Could be wrong. They were wrong. They sometimes prove the globe, but he always did the work. He always pick up the camera and go
Yep.
and
And
did
try
the
it.
work himself. So he deserves that.
Yeah, I do need to bring something up. Taddy missed it because he got the start time wrong. Ha 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 ha.
That's okay.
sorry.
I missed it because I was busy. So we should get
Yeah.
together, Teddy. Have a drink and watch it together.
If only it was on YouTube. Oh,
Yeah, no. If only we could watch it back.
yeah.
Oh my god, but the amount of fucking trolls. The amount of trolls. I timed out at least 37 people. I hid at least 37 people. Cats came out into the chat and said, don't even time them out, just hide them. I was like, you're the fucking boss. Boom. Oh, I had fun playing Whack-A-Troll. It was great.
Whack-A-Troll. That's
It
a
was
fun game.
it was a pinned message, so everybody could see it.
It was great crack. And poor Bev. I'll give it to Bev. Bev Try Thinking was in the chat, and the one thing, God love the soul, was wanting appreciation that his, I want to say his autistic son actually took the photos. And I did message Katz, as you could see, he actually brought it up and said it was Bev's son who took the photos. And I think what was happening there, because he was so insistent, Bev was so insistent that it was, please give my son credit, please give my son credit. I think his son was watching, and that's one thing I'm sad about, that it wasn't actually said on this on the stream. So hopefully, the next time Bev's photos or Bev's son's photos, and that's why I kept like tagging, saying like hashtag thanks Bev, hashtag thanks Bev's son.
Yeah, thanks Bev's son. I did it as well. Hashtag thanks Bev's son.
Because when it comes to it, what that discussion showed, and I was talking to Katz afterwards, what that discussion showed is that you can have disagreements, and this is the whole thing with Ranty. You can have disagreements, but still be civil to one another.
Absolutely. And it was always like that with Ranty and Cats.
Yeah.
Even before they start the show together, do almost unbelievable. I listen to that. I'm not into that that kind of thing of supernatural. I don't believe in it, but I think it's entertaining, and I like to listen. I don't watch it on YouTube, but I listen on Spotify.
So do I. Just say hello to a few people real quick. The iNetworker here. Hello, iNetwork.
No, that was me.
Was that
I'm
you?
sorry.
Okay.
I was doing some work in the background and I forgot to switch my account.
Yeah, we have Mr. Clapperjack. Mr. Clapperjack, if you haven't seen it, came onto Ion Society a few weeks ago, and it was brilliant.
I was on the chat as well.
We have Southern Hemisphere Globehead, which is I love that name just because of how long the fucking thing is.
And she's going to be on the Mega Mirror in 2 weeks.
Well, hey, that's going to be fun.
Nice.
We have Tusk and Etty. Hello, people. Nice to have you. And Daybreaker Flint. Sorry, I did want to say hello to people.
You forgot Clive Wells.
I can never forget Clive Wells. I didn't say hello to Clive for a reason. No, I'm joking. I love Clive. Clive is awesome.
I think we all
And
do.
Nerd Angle says the size of a name doesn't matter. It's what you do with it. Absolutely, nerd. Absolutely.
Oh, and I have to thank you for a thing you said previous. I have to thank you to introduce me to MathPig.
Yeah,
really
MathPig
like
is
this
so
thing.
good.
Yeah, and I learned from MathPig through you, and I went to his channel, and I like to see his debates, and I like to see. Sometimes I don't say anything. I'm just lurking on the chat, but watching, and I like his style. I really do.
I do as well. And I give MathPig quite a hard time because we're friends and it's fun. But I do. I would sit there and listen to MathPig, not a bother, happily. And from there, actually, Jefferson Spatchcock is another one that I would. The way in which he presents himself is very good. It's very patient. He's very patient. I think he had a debate with someone. I say debate, a discussion with what was his name that came on recently? I think he was on Teams, and then he was. Is it Kyle?
Oh, the pigeon.
The Matur guy. Yeah.
Call it the pigeon.
Yeah. He the pigeon. He was on Jefferson's for about 4 hours or something, just having a discussion, and it was kind of de-escalating the script thing that he needed the script, you know. It's really nice to see. Just like, I'll answer your questions. I have no problem answering your questions, but you know, just let's be honest here. Let's have a conversation instead of adversaries. Let's have a conversation. Chris Durham says she didn't say hello to Clive for 3 reasons.
Being the first, Chris.
Yeah, what's the first reason? He doesn't like cats. Well, he does, but he doesn't. Best thing about MathPig's stream is when his mum comes in and embarrasses him. Yeah, I love Pork Granny. Pork Granny is amazing. She went onto Twitter and doxed him accidentally because she had her own name on Twitter, her real name on Twitter. So for like a split second, she kind of doxed him a little bit, and he was like, "Change your fucking name right now."
Well, I use my name, and my name is this one is Mario Rui, but don't have my surname. This is just my name, so you will never know more than that.
That's okay, and they don't need to. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. I've not made it that difficult to find out who I am. I've really not. So I'm not really bothered if I was doxed, but at the same time, it's a level of respect. You know, you just don't do it.
Exactly.
Hang on. There's a question in the chat. People need to be asking Mario questions. Like, he's the guest. Crafty, you watch FE because you want to know why they think the way they do. Do you have an overall opinion? I just don't get it. Are they attention seeking or is it something more? This is a very good question. And this is why I started the channel. Because I think there is more. It's not just that they want attention. I think it's a lot more than that. And I think it goes to the heart of us being social creatures, that you are, especially when you've had a trauma in your life, it's very easy to look for answers that better explain the trauma than what you've already experienced. So when it comes to flat earth, a lot of the current flat earthers, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of the current ones that we have came about because of the economic crash and because of the lies that they felt that the system was giving. Sorry. Jessica asks, if she thinks the Earth is a globe. Yes. Yes, I do think the Earth is a globe. And yeah, I come back to that actually, because because of the way they were fudging the stream yesterday, or the way he was awkwardly answering questions, I genuinely also did not think that Ranty would up straight say, I think it's a globe.
Yeah, he had that courage, and he said it.
That was incredible. And that's no small thing.
And he said it after he said that I did the work for 2 months. I tried to convince myself for 2 months. I did the work, and I came to this conclusion.
Yeah, and it's very hard to come to another conclusion when you have conspiracy cats like gabbing in your ear. He's a very he's so passionate with what he says in terms of his interest in science, and he's very open. That it's very difficult that when you're actually talking to him and you're going through this whole position, when Ranty was looking at this, he obviously was talking to Katz about it back and forth. And Katz was trying to explain to him his own position and his own view and how he looks at it. And it's very difficult when you have Katz in your ear explaining what he's looking at.
Just let me answer Carl Edwards. I don't have a back room, but 3 doors down from my house, there's a house to rent for tourists, and I'll gladly pay for your visit. I don't have the room in my house, but you can stay right next to me.
Yay!
Yay! There you go.
You can see his fish. You can see his fish. There's another question. Mario, you've been in the community forever. Well, not forever, because the community really hasn't existed forever. But what first had you? Yeah, you kind of explained that. But what kept you coming back? Because it seems like you are a binge watcher like myself.
Yeah. Well, I have time. Something that a lot of people don't have. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I am a quadriplegic. I am a quadriplegic for 30 years now. I'm 47 years old, and I had an accident. I took a dive in shallow waters, and I broke my neck when I was 16 years old. And I'm in a wheelchair for 30 years. That's why I'm so dependent of other people. I cannot eat alone. I have to have something bring food to my mouth because I cannot feed myself. I cannot brush my teeth. It's that kind of level of incapacity that I have.
So what kind of supports are there actually in Portugal for that level of injury?
Well, I at that time I did the physical rehabilitation. I was 9 months in the rehab center, and I came home. It's my parents till this day that take care of me. My mother is 75 years old. My father is 79, and just this year we had to hire a person to help my mother to take care of me.
Yeah.
And I have my brother that comes here when I need him to take me out of bed and to have a bath or something. So I have time. I don't work anymore. I worked until 2008. I work as I will be hated for this, but I work for Microsoft.
Oh God!
I work as a technical support. Yeah, a technical
You were
support
tech support.
engineer for Microsoft. Yeah,
Fuck. How much hate did you get while working at Microsoft?
none whatsoever.
You weren't the one
Absolutely
dealing with
none.
complaints.
No, I deal with the problems. I was a problem solver for small businesses, and it was really nice.
Hmm.
It's a great environment, great work environment. When
Oh,
I
sure
did
it is.
my training inside Microsoft, it's one of the best places I found to work. I work for Heinz company as well. My father worked for them for 38 years. I worked for them for 12 years, and it's a good environment as well. It was a good environment as well. We have a factory 3 miles, 2 miles from my house. They do a lot of ketchup in there
That's amazing.
because around me there's a lot of tomato fields.
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, just just to tell you a little bit about my area. Um, this was a swamp area, and in the Middle Ages, the people accused of witchcraft and wizardry in the big cities were deported here, and they
Ah.
started to drain the swamps. So around here, the the land is very fertile,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and the name of my hometown is translated is the safe land of the magicians.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit of context for this place. So there are a lot of mystic people around here. I'm not one of them, but there are a lot.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the because I was talking to who are we talking to? Her name is Esther. She's the African humanist. That's her name on YouTube. Um and she's from Africa, and she's now living in the UK, and she started up a channel, the African humanist. And I think the first time I came across her was on Mathpig's channel. Brilliant, brilliant woman. And she was like that. She was saying, like, back home, there was many people who genuinely believed in witchcraft, that there would be a plague on your house or there would be a curse on your house, and they were either killed for practicing witchcraft, or they were exiled. So it's just interesting that you're the second person to say that to me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. We started to be recognized for the crown at that time as a town in 1296. I think it was 13th century. So it was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, Carl Edwards says they have that in South Africa here. Yeah. So it's still going on in certain parts of the world, but it's just fascinating to hear you talk about it.
Yeah, I I follow a YouTuber called Itchy Boots, and I started to follow her. Uh, it was you, Jars, that once in a chat talked about her, and I started to follow her. She's a woman from the Netherlands. She rides a bike alone around the world, and now she's in South Africa, and she was with a community, a Xhosa community, the one with the clicks,
Yes.
and they said that people that believe in God build uh, square houses or rectangular houses. People that believe in ancestors build round houses.
Yes.
That's the way it was explained to her.
I've just put her
That's-
link into the chat
there's
so
still a
people
lot
can
of-
check her out.
Itchy Boots?
Mhm.
Oh, South African.
Yeah, I just put her link into the chat.
Oh,
So if people
yeah.
want to check her out, by all
She's
means.
amazing. She's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's remarkable what people are duped into thinking and what they're and that's the thing. Like it's not even it's not even being duped. It's we're all trying to find answers, and just some depending on your history and depending on your experience, some answers will make more sense to you.
Yeah.
Than others, do you know? And it doesn't have to be someone is stupid, because we know from experience that there are a lot of intelligent people in the likes of Scientology. There's a lot of intelligent people in conspiracy theories in general. It doesn't mean that you're stupid. It just means that you're vulnerable, in my view.
Or that you don't have all the information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Ooh.
let me answer, Teddy.
Sure.
Teddy, I don't really care.
Yes, that's the best answer.
I'm not a fan of football. I don't care about athletes in general. I can appreciate that it takes a lot of effort to do what they do, but football is not my sport. Swimming is my sport.
Nice. I don't swim. I don't swim. I have never been like I can swim a little bit. It looks like I'm drowning, but I can actually swim. I just hate fucking swimming.
Yeah, both my godsons are swimmers. Unfortunately, they can't do it at the moment, and the older one already gave up to be more focused on his degree. And but I always enjoyed swimming. It's always my sport.
I like watching swimming, but I wouldn't be able to do it. Apparently, the weirdest fucking comment of the day. My voice is soothing to Fohammer's patient who nearly cut off his finger at the farm. Yikes. Absolutely yikes. To that patient, please take care of yourself. I know Fohammer will look after you, for sure. That sucks.
It does.
Sorry for
I've had that happen. I have a huge scar on one of my fingers because I cut it trying to pull up bracken. Anyone that knows anything about bracken, fuck my life. Bracken sucks.
Yeah,
So
crafty is at normal speed because I'm a normal human being.
If Fohammer's is normal, then we're all fucked.
No one is normal.
Normal,
No,
yeah, no.
You said it better. Normal is better. It's
Normal
boring.
is boring as
Normal
fuck.
is boring. Yeah.
Normal is for people who have convinced themselves that there is a socially accepted standard that we all have to adhere to, and I reject that standard. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I'm never confused with a normal person. When I go to any place, they see my wheelchair, and it's a yellow wheelchair. I love yellow. Yeah, I have a yellow wheelchair. I have a yellow van. I have a yellow bed. I have a yellow room. So,
Do you know what just fucking jumped into my head? And half the chat is gonna hate me. That blue song. I'm blue, that only with yellow.
I'm not gonna hate you, but I'm gonna dislike you just a little bit.
Because I just put that song into your head.
Yeah.
I used to love yellow. I used to have a yellow jacket that I used to wear, and now it's not that I hate the color yellow. I don't. It's just not a color that I wear. It's too bright for me now. I don't know. I got a personality change in and around fucking 8 years old, and now just like any bright colors, just no.
Well, I'm different, so let's be different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We're all different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, I was raised by my mother, and my mother has two physical disabilities. She has spina bifida and scoliosis. Um, for me, I grew up in a household listening to children who didn't really know any better and who were very, very intolerant, um, talking bad about my mum. And I learned very early on how to deal with that. Do you have any ways in which, because obviously when you go out, people will whisper. I'm sure you've heard them whisper. Is there any ways in which you deal with that?
Yeah.
That there might be people in the chat that it might help.
Yeah. And it's always the kids.
Yeah.
Always start with the kids. I
Mhm.
once was in an exhibit, a motorbike exhibit, and a child started to pointing at me, and the mother and the father went almost to smuggle the kid. And I said, "Wait, let the kid talk.
Yeah.
Let him ask his questions."
Mhm.
He's never going to learn if he doesn't.
Yeah. And I approached it. I don't approach kids. If the kids approach me, or if the parents are try not to let them
Agitated.
ask questions, I encourage the kids to ask. Ask your questions. And they sometimes ask the most ridiculous questions, or the most uh, right right on point
Yeah.
questions. How do you go to bed? And I explained to them, I have a crane that picks me up from the chair and leaves, lets me in the. How do you do this or that? And I say, I can't do it because look at me, touch my hand, see what it could do or could not do. And I think it's the best way. And I'm at that time, I'm exactly as you do with your debates, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking to the kids. I'm
Mhm.
teaching the parents. Through the kids, I'm teaching the parents.
Goosebumps. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love, because I used to do work with the Wheelchair Association, the Irish Wheelchair Association, and like yourself, the absolute patience, and it's not even patience; it's just human decency. That, like, when you see something different, especially as children, you don't really have a filter,
Yeah.
and so you're curious, and the idea that you just expressed there of trying to downplay that curiosity instead of nurturing it and helping them learn. It's remarkable how courteous people are with their time. That I had a friend who had alopecia, and it was, don't just point and laugh, don't just point at me and whisper behind my back. Come and ask me.
Yeah. It's the
And
best way.
it makes so much difference.
When was the World Exhibit in Portugal in '98? I went there, and as my brother was taking me out of his car with the crane, and a family stopped in the parking lot, looking at me, and I looked at them and said, "Look, I have a seesaw, and you don't." And they
Right.
went berserk. They start running in that parking lot because they were so afraid of a thing that was different.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
But they
speak.
were staring at me for so long that I had to do it.
Yeah.
They were not. They didn't approach me. If they approached me, I would explain everything to them, but I
Yes.
didn't. They stay away, pointing and talking amongst them. So
And it's fear.
I
And
said,
it doesn't have
I
to
have
be
a
fearful.
seesaw and you don't.
I love that. Big question. We touched upon it before we went live. You were a performer as a kid.
Yeah, I did amateur theater as a kid. I started like
What
that.
got you into that? How young were you as well?
9 years old.
Hmm.
I at that time, uh, my friends liked to play football. I loved to go to the library, and at the library, I knew the people work there, and they invited me if I wanted to be a part of a theater. They were putting up a play to do on the celebrations of the anniversary of the town, and I said yes, of course. And I started at 9, and it was until I had my accident. I did theater, and I think it's very important for kids to be in front of large crowds from a young age. It helps a lot, even with focus,
Mm.
uh, because
Oh, big time.
I said to my godsons when they were in swimming practice and they didn't uh, know if they want to do to compete, and I told them it's a great school because you are going to be in that starting block with the all the people looking at you. uh, you will have to focus on what you're doing, and it will help you when you do an exam and you are
Yeah.
looking at the
It
exam
teaches
text.
discipline.
Teach you discipline and focus.
Mm.
You are
Because
not focused on the fly that's is going around, or you're not focused where the if there are people on the other side of the window. You just focus
Hmm.
on what you have to do.
I think I was like 5 when I started in a community group that put on shows. And I used to do every year. We used to be drafted in to do like the Christmas pantos, like the Christmas shows in the
Yeah.
Gaiety. So
Hmm.
I was on the Gaiety stage and I was on the Olympia stage, which are the two biggest stages in Ireland for performing. Like, well, for that kind of performance. Um, it was great. As a kid, it boosts your self esteem. You create friends. You create that little bubble of understanding, and it gives you, as you said, it gives you a sense of discipline. It gives you a sense of focus because you have to be focused on what you're doing.
Hmm.
It's a great opportunity for people to learn.
And some of that it's on the internet. It's on YouTube.
Now it is.
I
Yahoo!
I did mine.
Oh, yours is
Yeah.
awesome.
I can send you a link one day.
Oh, please do. After this, definitely send me the link because I
Yeah.
definitely check that out. That is incredible. None, thankfully, none of my shows are on. Ah,
And
There,
look,
if I
fucking
may,
there was
critical
even a time.
cripple.
There was even
Criti-
a time when I missed the text and I had to improvise, and I did it,
well, that's
and
what it
no,
all
no
what
one
it's all
noticed.
about.
Critical cripple is reminding us it's 1:30.
It is so, and there
It
she
is
be.
it is
Find the
time
goat.
to find the goat. Spot the goat, people.
Find, find the goat. Save Mario Rui. Find the goat.
And this is the time where reason has to take over the running of looking after the chat because I have no idea where it is.
No worries, I've got it up.
I'm saying nothing on that one. But okay.
That's a good thing for you because I'd come back with something.
We better not. We better not. That's just too easy. What?
I
Oh,
have
okay.
no idea.
Yeah, just ignore us. We're terrible. We're terrible people. The goat is on my dinner plate.
No.
I want it on my dinner plate. I tell you now, right? I've been back in Dublin since August bank holiday. One thing I fucking miss is goat meat. Can't get it anywhere in Dublin. Bar one
really?
fucking shop. Bar one shop. And even with that, you have to go on a fucking waiting list. It's driving me
Wow.
crazy. Drives me crazy.
I love it. And I love goat cheese. I have goat cheese for dinner almost every day.
Nice. I have goat cheese. I'm able to get goat cheese. But even with that, like the goat's milk that you get here is in Dublin is pasteurized. So I actually need to do proper research into goat farms and try source it at source, like. Because it's
I
a
have
weird thing.
fresh every day. Every
Damn
day.
you. Damn
Sorry.
you. Mario is breaking my heart right now. Yeah, I definitely need more goat's milk. I need to source some farms. I need to do my research.
Yeah,
Which
there's a place. There's a place here in Ho Chi Minh City. They do the best barbecue goat udder. Oh, it's awesome.
That is one thing that one area of the goat I have not had.
It is so good.
I
If
want
it's
to
done
try
right, oh, it's wonderful.
I'm not opposed to it, by the way. I just haven't had it yet.
Yeah, nose to tail. Everything. Nothing goes to waste.
Yep, from
Yeah.
the rooter to the tutor.
Exactly.
Someone said to me there the other day, I can't remember who it was. I think it was actually Fohammer. Said something about pet goats. And I was like, they weren't really pet goats. He said something like, it was, I had a strange, yeah, it was Fohammer, you fucker. It was on the swordsman. I was in the swordsman chat and he was like, it's a strange obsession or association with pet goats. And I was like, they weren't my pets. They weren't simply my pets. We ate goat. Like, it was a farm, dude. It was a farm. And the amount of people that came,
Woo-hoo!
yeah.
We've got a winner, and it's our good friend Chris Durham.
Yes.
Yes, it is on my t-shirt in North America. Right there. Good job, Chris.
How
You're
the
on the show next
fuck?
week.
No. He's on it the week after because next week we have Jessica G and we have fucking.
There you go.
Who do we have next week? We have Jess and because they both spot it at the same time. Jess and Critical Cripple. Dragging both of them on.
Woo-hoo.
And so the week after is Chris Durham. I cannot wait for that because we have piano stuff to talk about.
So Jess can ask you how old are you next week, and I wouldn't do it. Sorry, Jess.
She did. I was there in her stream when she was like, "Ask." So.
And for Chris Durham, I have to say, sorry, I don't have a yellow submarine.
Yeah, I want a yellow submarine.
He asked me on the chat a while ago. I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry.
Sable Eagle says, is that a goat in your pocket or are you just pleased to see us?
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Sable. Lowering the tone back down, but okay. I will answer your question in relation to Jessica G's question. I am 33. It's a thing. And no, I'm not giving you the answer that you want, but fuck off.
There you go. Yeah.
Do you know what? I was talking to someone about this the other day as well, about a week ago. And we were talking about me being monetized. If I don't become monetized, I will never hear the end of it from Conspiracy Cats. I will never hear the end of it.
Let people know just how close you are, Crafty.
God, I don't even know how close. I do, but I don't. I don't know the exact figure. Hang on. I'm pulling it up now. And please don't take that quote out of context, you dirty fuckers. If I said getting instead of pulling, that would be a different story. But at the moment, my watch hours are 3836.
Wow.
So nearly there.
Almost.
Nearly there.
Nearly there. We all need to get over to Crafty's channel and binge watch a couple of her streams.
You see, Fohammer is making the point that as soon as I monetize, the amount of people, including himself, that is just going to make me say 3 all the time. I'm kind of scared now. I'm very fucking scared right now. Yes. And Taddy brings up a great point. Can we see more hashtag CraftyCanTech in the chat? Because CraftyCanTech. That's why I need a Taddy.
That's right. We need a tech Taddy.
I'm very scared right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is the evil that is growing in our chat. I dread to think. Just call me Avi says, when I get my studio set up and have a mic, I will actively look for the goat. I would love to have a chat with you guys. I'd say that would be a great chat because Avi is one of these people who will challenge what you have to say and what you think. And it's such an important thing, especially, I don't know about you guys, but for me, to have someone that's kind of on your side, but also is going to like jab you with questions. It's so important.
Oh, absolutely. You make sure you let us know when you're set up and we'll make it happen.
Oh, so Taddy has just emailed me something. I noticed with StreamYards, it only broadcasts in 780p. So unless you have a decent screen, half the folks watching will not be able to find it. Interesting. I did not know that. I'm sorry, folks.
Well, then maybe we need to switch off the goat power and move on to Taddy power.
That could be a solution. The only thing with switching onto Taddy power is, well, we'll still be able to use StreamYards, but I don't know if we'd be able to broadcast to both channels. But we'll look into that. We'll definitely look into that.
Awesome.
Because I love the fact that we're able to stream in StreamYards to both channels at once.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you're monetized, you'll be eligible to use YouTube's multi-channel streaming.
Yay! That's another reason why we have to get both of us monetized. That has to happen. I can't see it even in 780. No, right. I do want to make the point. There are people like myself who are just shit at Spot the Goat. We're just no good at it. So no matter how great a screen that we have, and I have a 17-inch monitor. Like, well, I say monitor. That's my laptop screen.
Well,
I can see it now that you've pointed it out, but I would never be able to spot that. Just not because I have a bad screen. It's just because I'm shit at spotting stuff.
Well, I feel bad for Southern Hemisphere Globehead because I know she really wants to find it, but she'll never see it on her little screen. So we can do her a favor. So, hey, Southern, spot the goat. Spot the goat.
Spot the goat.
Spot Can you see that now?
Spot the goat. Don't spot the goat, baby. Sorry. That's Rock the Boat. But anyway. Demonetized. Hang on. Yeah, it doesn't help that I was already there before they switched. Yeah. We might go back. There will be times, I'm sure, that we'll go back to just having the goat on screen for the entire thing and then say, okay, we've switched it.
Oh, that would be cruel.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? See, I'm giving Reason ideas now.
Yeah, please don't.
To be honest with you, I didn't switch it tonight. It's been there all the time.
I know you have. I noticed. That's why I said it. I was like, we might do that every so often because we're evil. It's cool. You love the evilness. I know it.
Yes.
It's in the middle, says Dave. No, that's my big head. It's fine. Oh man. Seriously, I love these discussions. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's coming. You never know. Crafty is just a bundle of surprises from one week to the next.
Yes, because I plan this shit out in advance.
Just let me say hi to my nephew. Hi,
Yeah,
Tiago.
go ahead.
Yay, Tiago is in the chat.
Tiago, hello.
Hello to you. It is nice to see you. By all means, you are welcome on here anytime. Mwahaha. Okay. So I've been tagged in something. I know how you get Taddy to tech for you. Just open a bottle of whiskey, or just put up a bottle of whiskey. Yes and no. Yes and no. No. See, what happens to get Taddy to tech is you open the bottle of whiskey, or you get him to open the bottle of whiskey, drink half of it, and then you talk to him and say, "Oh, do you remember when you said you'd do this? This is how you get Taddy to do stuff for you." It's great. Okay, so what happened this week? Mario tried to have a serious conversation. That never happens. Foe started a new religion, and then other things happened. What new religion did you start? I'm so confused.
That's right. He had a debate recently with J.L. Warren on gun control.
Wait, when was that?
That was just earlier this week.
I thought that was happening like in a few days. I can't remember. Or is that another one? Having that today. Yeah, I thought so. They're having that discussion today. I was like,
yeah.
When did I miss that? Because we were only in I was only in the Swordsman the other day where he's like, oh, I'm having a debate with J.L. Warren. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I've been seeing the notification too, so I thought it already happened.
Tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, and Fo, please explain, when did I try to have a serious conversation?
Yeah, we don't have serious conversations. We have interesting conversations, but serious? Nah. Carl Edwards just had a Father Ted moment. Drink! Feck! Arse! Girls!
These are small. Those are far away.
These cows are small. Cows out there are far away. Small, far away. Nope, I'm just not getting it, Ted.
That's got to be the funniest bit.
Oh, I can't believe that only lasted for 3 seasons. That's a great shame. Rest in peace, Dermot Morgan. He was great. He was brilliant.
Yeah, I love that series.
And what's remarkable is when you see the lad that plays Father Jack out of costume and just how well spoken he is and how respectful he is. That must have been great fun to fucking play. Apparently, Sable Eagle is his new prophet. Yeah, and myself, yourself, and Sable need to have a discussion, don't we? We need to have a discussion, particularly around that gun control thing, because I'm hoping to do Iron Society on gun control this week, and I've already started my research and started my little video, which I'm going to start now. My patrons are going to get a chance to see the day before I actually do Iron Society. So they'll get to see it, Sable Eagle will get to see it, and Fohammer will get to see it before Iron Society happens. So yay, look forward to that, patrons. But we do need to have a conversation because I want to plan out some stuff before the discussion happens. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sable is going to rewrite the entire Bible. What?
Yeah, he's already gotten a good start.
Interesting.
Let him who hath understanding reckon the charge of the beast, for it is a powder charge. Its charge is 50 grams of H335.
Nice. So yeah, we're going to have a proper discussion. The whole trigger words and I really hate even the word fucking gun control because it's just a trigger word for a lot of people. So we are going to have a discussion on it, a proper civilized discussion about genuinely what is realistic in terms of gun control for the US. So I'm looking forward to that discussion. Me knowing fucking little to nothing about guns, by the way.
Yeah,
I know I had one.
they are going to have that discussion with the plot hole at probably 3 a.m. our time.
Yeah, I won't be there. I'll try to be there, but I can't promise that.
Yeah, probably be the middle of the night for me too.
I thought we were going to make it a Flipside special live chat. No. We're going to have a proper, interesting discussion on society because I decided. Apparently, Daybreaker Flynn says I like knives more, way more fun. What do you think, Mario? Are you a knife man or a gun man? Or a passive observer?
I am a pacifist, but
Yes.
I don't think I can cut cheese with a gun, so I will be on the knife side.
Oh, okay.
You're on the knife side?
I'm more of a moving target man.
Yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable with knives. I've done fencing. So I know how to fence. So I know how to sword fight. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
And I was a scout. I used knives. I never shoot a gun.
There's more use in a knife than in a gun. I'm just gonna say that. A gun is only there to like mortally wound something or someone. A knife, there's so much uses for it.
Well, 3 years in the Canadian military, I'm more of a 105 millimeter howitzer man.
Should we join the back room for this stream once it goes dark and talk where nobody can hear us? No, because these discussions need to be had. Hang on. Did she say what? Did she say she knows how to handle stolen goods? No, I didn't. I'm saying nothing on that. You can't prove a goddamn thing. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, and Daybreaker Flint is just explaining what knives are for. Knives can cut cheese, pick up cheese, cut a bag open, and most importantly, cut yourself in the finger trying to open that one damn package.
Yeah, try to do that thing again.
Oh, that's just that. I'm not even. No. Bad faux hammer. Oh, people. What? I think she's sitting on the M fence. No, I know how to fence. I know how to build fences, and I know how to do fencing. In so many ways. That's all I'm saying. See, this is me boring. This is me being normal now.
A great sport for focus.
It really is. You have to focus on 17 things at once. And you can never ever drop your guard, because as soon as you drop your guard, you're dead. In the proverbial sense. Like we had those fencing that would light up and buzz. The fencing swords, the tips.
Yeah.
They'd light up once you, because you do have to wear proper attire. And once you were hit in the chest or in the arm or whatever it was, or in the head, there were a few headshots, but the whole thing would light up and buzz. It was like playing fucking Operation. Like, bzz.
I remember that game.
God damn it. And you would lose focus then. It was horrible.
I remember that game.
Operation was a nasty game. Like I have nerve damage in my hands, so trying to keep my hands steady never fucking worked. I always lost that operation. And what's more, it would give you a complex. So like once you heard that buzz go off, it's like you could no longer concentrate. You were even more shaky. It would give you
Never.
PTSD. PTSD every time you heard the buzz.
Never played it.
It's shit. Never even want to play it. Don't even entertain the idea of a desire of playing it. It was shit. It was horrible. What?
What do we got here?
She would love the Swiss Army knife officer's rapier. Ooh, yes. Daybreaker Flint, whenever you actually do find the thing again, when we're talking again, you need to show me that rapier. That'd be awesome. Itchy trigger fingers. Yeah, right. So we're getting very, very distracted by the chat, which is another reason why I love this format, because we can actually directly involve the chat in the discussions.
Absolutely.
We are getting to the point where we are going to have to say goodbye for another week.
Ooh.
So Mario,
Oh, no.
is there anything else you would like to ask, say, or shill, or talk about, or before we say goodbye?
I don't have a channel. I don't have nothing to shill, so I would be glad to hear what you guys have to say. I don't have anything to shill.
Well, I'm so glad you came on. I really am, and I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I love
great.
that fucking name. That name.
Yeah,
It brightens a lot of people to see that name in the chat.
Oh, absolutely. Always so good to see you in there.
it was. I have to give credit to Super Chat Matt.
Yes. I think I was in that chat when he said change your name. But yeah, like I love that.
And I thought, why not?
I love that name. I
It
love
was
that
a
name.
good idea.
It brightens a lot of people's day just for that one little pun. It does brighten a lot of people's day, and obviously having you involved in the chats, it's always great crack to just talk to you. So thank you.
Thank you, Carl. I don't know what it was, but thank you.
Yeah, I think it's just the
Thank
fact
you,
that you were
Daddy.
so open.
I'll always be like that. I was always like that.
Right, reason. Oh, actually, I'll go first because this is your channel, so you're going to have to fucking end it. Jesus Christ. Right, so what have I got coming up? I have just put the finishing touches onto the Challenging Conspiracies at last. So, by the end of today, and this is a promise, folks, this is a promise, by the end of today, my patrons will get a chance to see it. And tomorrow it will be going up public on my channel. So finally, I've actually got round to finishing it. This is how lazy I am, and I apologize to all my patrons who have been very fucking patient with me. So yeah, tomorrow you will get to see the Challenging Conspiracies that I've finally finished. It is on chemtrails. That's gonna happen. I know. Gah. Enough said. What else have I got? I have Friday.
Iron
Friday.
Society. Yeah.
No. No, that's next week after next. First Friday of every month, I do the Ion Society show, which obviously is going to target gun control this month, next month ish, whatever. But this Friday, I put off something that I was going to hold 2 days ago. I'm going to have a Keela Talks. Keela Talks is fucking back. And I'm going to be looking at unions, trade unions, and whether they're fit for purpose based on looking at what happened with the Amazon workers in Georgia. So we're going to have a look at trade unions. My experience with trade unions, I've been involved in a trade union since I was 14 years old. I've always been in a trade union. But I want to have a look at, in terms of Ireland, we had social partnership where we actually, the trade unions went in with the government and kind of screwed over people. And why, like politics, no two trade unions are the same. And what their uses are, what their fallbacks are. So that's going to be a fun one. This is going to be a good look at trade unions. Other than that, I don't know what I have. I'll see what comes up in the week.
Mm-hmm.
But other than
Cool.
that, I will be back on this show, obviously, next week on my channel.
Yep.
And hopefully by that stage, I may be monetized.
And
That scares me.
Let's hope you are.
That scares the
all
crap
it takes
out
is
of
a
me.
few of us to get over
Why?
there and binge
Why
watch.
does it scare you?
Because that gives right, people have a lot of power on my channel. Even though I say it's not a democracy, thank you, Clive Wells. People have a lot of power in terms of my channel, which is good. I always like to include the people who support me in the decision making of the channel. But I know for the first 5 weeks, all I'm going to get is trees.
You have them anyway, and you don't
And
get
it's-
the money.
Yeah, and it scares me how fixated people are becoming on the tree thing.
I think Clive
scares me
Wells has got Paul Bunyan on contract.
Well, what also scares me is Faux Hammer is sadistic. I know this for a fact, that when he gets the opportunity to force me to say something, I dread to think what he is going to make me say, other than the tree thing. That scares me. That really scares me. I see how they act with Team Skeptic, and it scares me.
Portuguese language don't have the TH sound, so I can't relate.
Yeah, it's
Don't
the
have
CH.
TH sound.
It's more CH.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Or the Z.
the th, we can't say it properly. I can't say it properly. So I'm more close to 3 than 3.
Yeah. Which one isn't
I'm
a
with
tree?
you.
Which one isn't a tree? Fuck off. You make me fucking sad. Right, so yes, just call me Abby says trade unions will have to do the research. Otherwise it will be like turning up to a JL Warren debate, no clue what's going on. This is why I'm saying it now. This is why I'm giving you guys a bit of a heads up. Anything you have to ask, any confusion that you have, and we're going to take a look at trade unions, not just in Western society. There are people who have worked, just a quick heads up, there are people who work in Cambodia for Coca-Cola, who have disappeared because they were because they joined a trade union. So I mean, it's a problem all over the world. And what's the point in having trade unions if it's so dangerous? What's the point in having trade unions if people feel that they don't represent them? And what can you do about it? So that's the topic of conversation next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun. All right, well, that's just about wraps it up. Don't forget, everybody, I've got the premiere of Pain of Progress coming up in 15 minutes, and I'm putting the link for that into the chat right now. So come on out and watch and comment and all that good stuff. And like Crafty said, we're back on her channel next week. And until then, I guess it's just good night.
Good night.
Thank you for having me. Good night.
Say that. It's 2 o'clock in
morning,
the afternoon.
good evening.
Bye.
Yeah, great seeing y'all. Bye-bye.